Okay, ready? There's a woman. Her name is Sarah. There's a lot of S's in this story. She gets an email from a client. She doesn't think she thinks the client wants less than the client wanted before. So she's going to have to charge less. She doesn't really want to charge less. She doesn't want to do this job. Email comes in, sits there for 3 days. I'm talking to her and I say, Sarah, what else? What else can we do? She's like, well, there is this email that's been sitting in my inbox. She doesn't want to respond to it. And for good reason, which she just described of not wanting, it's complicated. Her response would take up time, energy, and heart, and she could possibly get rejected from this thing. Why would she want to do it? Why would she want to respond? I said, you're not going to ask less. You're going to ask a lot more. So let's make it happen. The first step, the first thing, where there are going to be 3 things to fixing communications that suck. And I want you to think about, this turned into a 4-figure deal. This turned into 8 times. She made 8 times as much as she had made from the client the previous year. I'll tell you how it happened. But the thing is, there are 3 different things that we're going to do to fix bad communication. And we hate certain parts of communication, but why? We're communicators. We're creators. We set up a career around communicating, around connecting with other people. And then we hate responding to a client email. We hate doing social media. We hate trying to sell more tickets. We hate sending out a newsletter to our email list. We hate receiving a phone call. Why do we hate these? It doesn't make sense because we're doing it wrong. Okay, so first thing, shortcut. She needed to shortcut this process. Instead of thinking through how her response would be and figuring everything out, she needed to send a response right away because communication is valuable. Communication is the most valuable job skill and business skill that exists. And that's what studies are showing. That's what people want when they hire somebody. And they don't need perfect communication. They need communication. Just respond to me. And that's brilliant. That's amazing. So she needed to respond right away. Shortcut it. Here's the response. Sounds great. Can we talk and figure out the situation? That's it. Sounds great. Can we hop on a call this week? I loved working for you last year. Is there a chance that you could do a call today? Or pick up the phone and call them right immediately. Shortcut, done. Okay, that whole response is complete now. It's not the perfect response. It's not the absolute response. It's not going to finish the conversation, but we don't want to finish the conversation. We want to serve the person who requested a little bit of service. They requested a response. That's all they requested. If I have a text from a friend that I haven't talked to in a while, I feel like, oh, I need to think about, I had this compliment, I had this story that I wanted to bring up with them. I felt bad that I didn't talk to them after the last time. I had an apology that I wanted to give to them. They just asked me if I wanted to hang out. It's kind of complicated. I want to think through what my schedule is and figure out if it's right and figure out the balance of, just text back. They say, do you want to hang out? And you say, yeah, let's make that happen soon. How can we do it? Whatever. Like, I give a response, and that is nice. That's a nice thing to do. That's a loving thing to do. I get to give them love immediately. You're awesome. Of course I want to hang out. I didn't give them details about when to hang out or anything, but I shortcutted it so that I could give them a response, so that I could communicate with them, because that is value. That's personal, heartfelt value that I'm giving to them, not money value. It's just real value. Okay, so let's hop on a call. That's all she needed to do. Send them an email saying, let's hop on a call. She got on a call with them. And now this is the big conversation. This is the hard one. For a lot of people, this is difficult. So first is shortcut. Second is serve. If you don't have the opportunity to shortcut the response, then it needs to be fun to do. If you feel like the burden is on you to do a thing the right way and you don't want to get rejected or whatever, she didn't want to get rejected. She didn't want to go into this conversation, say the wrong thing, tell them the not be able to convey what her value is, not be able to get the gig, say something that's repulsive to them or whatever, or uncouth or whatever. She doesn't know the background of that person. She doesn't know who they are exactly or what they want. So she could easily fall into some pitfall or minefield and do something wrong. Instead, I helped to guide her into the conversation generously. The conversation was about service. It wasn't about getting anything. It was about serving that person. And the way to serve that person was to ask them questions, understand their situation, and then give them the best advice possible. Okay? Which she went in and she talked to them and found out their situation was completely different from the last time that she worked for them. It was just way different. And she had a position where she could serve them in a better way than anybody else could. She was irreplaceable in this situation. So I guided her into going into the conversation with a mindset of service and showed her how to do that. Then after that, she made a proposal to them, a proposal that was in a format that was repeatable. So she shortcutted, then she served, then she made something that was a systemizable communication. That's making a proposal that she could repeat. And you don't have to do all three of these, but when she made a proposal, I talked her through it. It was, we're going to charge 10 times as much as you charged last time. We created the proposal. Because she had good communication with the client wanted to continue to communicate with her. She proposed 10 times as much as she did the year before and offered something amazing, communicated what that was. And the client came back to her and said, we can't afford that. That's our entire budget for this entire event. And you are only a part of that. So the client, instead of ghosting on her, instead of just saying, no go, they said, we can't do it for that much. And so Sarah took away part of the offer. She said, what part do you not need? Took away part of the offer and ended up getting 8 times as much as she got the year before. She got a lot of money, way more than she thought she was getting when she got that first email, because she communicated. So we want to get over these barriers of communication because they're holding us back from sharing our art. They're holding us back from sharing the thing that we want. We're being selfish when we're being shy. And we are not sharing. We're not able to share at the capacity that we want to. If we have good things that we're making for the world, what's the limit? There's no limit on how much good we want to share. So let that burn inside of us and let it drive us to push all the time to communicate. Shortcut it, systematize it, and serve. Make it fun. Make it easy as much as possible, and then make it fun. This is the major thing that's going on for people. I've been talking to hundreds of performers candidly about their business and getting insight into how it works. I also have just a deep background of dealing with performance from the booker side, from the creator side, from casting, all different sides, production. So I know how to speak the language and I can shortcut this stuff for people. That's how I could help Sarah so quickly. in like a few days, we could get her a gig that was 10 times as much and also set her up for future work that is similar, future communications. It's easy for me because um, because of my background and because of all the knowledge that I've gained from working with different people and the stuff that I've read and whatnot. So if you want to communicate with people and you want to get the impact that results from that communication, then you don't have to do it perfectly. You have to just do it. I can help you do it right now and get all this stuff in place exactly the way you uniquely need it for your own business. I can help you do that right now. Or you can do it yourself the really slow way. If you have problems with all this stuff and you've had problems with all this stuff for a long time, then how long do you think it's going to take before you get it fixed? If you want to get it fixed with me, I can take all this stuff away for you and just take care of it. I'm working with performers right now to get it done, and I'm going to put out as much free content as I can to help people. But as far as like your unique situation and getting it done now, this is the time to work with me. This is the time to book me as an action partner so that you can start, just take care of it, get the headaches gone, get the money coming in. All right. So that you can get the right kind of gigs for you. All right. Awesome. Bye.